Have you ever wondered what secrets the past holds? Archaeology is the field that studies ancient cultures and their artifacts, and it never ceases to amaze us. From ancient tombs to lost cities, the Earth is full of secrets waiting to be discovered. These are the 20 most mysterious archaeological finds that have puzzled scientists and historians for decades. Number 20. The Voynich manuscript. The Voynich manuscript is a mysterious text that has puzzled scholars, cryptographers, and linguists for centuries. It is named after Wilfred M. Voynich, a Polish book dealer who purchased the manuscript in 1912. The text is written in an unknown script, with illustrations of plants, animals, and astronomical objects that are difficult to identify. The manuscript is believed to date back to the early 15th century and has been carbon dated to the early 1400s. It is a small book, measuring only 6 inches by 9 inches, and contains about 240 pages. The manuscript is divided into several sections, each dedicated to a different subject, including herbal medicine, astrology, and cosmology. The text has remained undeciphered to this day, despite numerous attempts by scholars to decipher it. Many have speculated about the manuscript's origins and its content's purpose. Some believe that an alchemist or herbalist created it in the 15th century, while others think it may be a medieval hoax. One of the most intriguing features of the manuscript is its illustrations. Some have speculated that the illustrations are of plants and animals that no longer exist, or that they represent mythical creatures from medieval folklore. Despite the numerous attempts to decipher the manuscript, no one has been able to read the text or determine the purpose of its contents. Some believe that the text is a code or cipher created to hide important information from prying eyes, while others think it is a language that has been lost to history. The Voynich manuscript remains one of the most enigmatic texts in the world, and its secrets continue to fascinate scholars and amateur enthusiasts alike. It is a testament to the enduring mysteries of the past and the endless fascination of the human mind with the unknown. Number 19. The Antikythera mechanism. The Antikythera mechanism, a hand-powered orrery from ancient Greece, is hailed as the earliest analog computer on record and was utilized to anticipate celestial positions and eclipses. It was discovered during the 20th century in the Antikythera shipwreck, located off the shore of the Greek isle of Antikythera. The mechanism, forged out of bronze and housed in a wooden box, comprises at least 30 intricate gear wheels, with Greek engravings etched onto its surfaces. The mechanism's complex construction hints at the existence of unexplored predecessors during the Hellenistic era. While the exact function of the Antikythera mechanism remains up for speculation, it is believed to have been utilized to monitor the quadrennial cycle of athletic competitions and foretell astronomical phenomena such as eclipses. The Antikythera mechanism is the sole known physical remnant of an extensive tradition of mechanical astronomical displays, and its intricacy and sophistication have captivated scholars from various fields of study. Despite its antiquity, the Antikythera mechanism is still viewed as a marvel of ancient engineering and a testament to the resourcefulness of the ancient Greeks. Number 18. The Terracotta Army. The Terracotta Army, a massive assemblage of thousands of life-size terracotta figures, was crafted as an entourage for the first emperor of China, with the aim of safeguarding him in the afterlife. These warriors were stumbled upon in 1974 by a pair of farmers from the Chinese Shanxi province. It is said that the soldiers were constructed during the Qin dynasty, dating back over 2,000 years. The soldiers are known for their diverse appearances and were initially painted in striking colors. The army also comprised thousands of bronze weapons, carts, and other artifacts. Archaeologists turn to the historical record of Han Dynasty historian Sima Qian to learn more about the Terracotta Army. Sima Qian reports that over 700,000 slaves, indentured servants, and prisoners of war were compelled to construct the figures. More than 200 new mortuary sculptures have recently been discovered near the tomb of Qin Shi Huang, China's first emperor, in Xi'an, the capital of Shanxi province. These relics add to the already unearthed 8,000 soldiers, which make up the Terracotta Army that was created over 2,200 years ago to protect the emperor in the afterlife. Number 17. The Nazca Lines. The Nazca Lines are a collection of massive geoglyphs carved into the desert floor in southern Peru. The purpose of the lines remains unknown and has been a source of mystery for archaeologists for many years. The Nazca culture, which succeeded the Paracas culture, created the lines, depicting various figures such as animals, humans, and mythical creatures. Researchers from Yamagata University in Japan recently discovered hundreds of previously unknown geoglyphs, including 168 new ones in the Pampas de Juman, in the Nazca Desert. These geoglyphs were created between 100 BC and AD 300, and may have aided the Nazca people in finding water sources in the desert. Despite these discoveries, the purpose of the Nazca Lines remains uncertain. Number 16. The Dead Sea Scrolls. The Dead Sea Scrolls are a collection of ancient Jewish and Hebrew religious texts discovered between 1946 and 1956 in the Qumran caves near Ain Feshka in the West Bank. These scrolls are largely recognized as pivotal in archaeology's history, having enormous historical, religious, and linguistic value. It's amazing to think that these scrolls have survived for so long and have given us valuable insight into Jewish life and thought during this period. They contain a variety of documents, from biblical texts and commentaries to hymns and legal documents. It's fascinating to think that we have access to writings from so long ago that help us understand the Hebrew Bible's development and Christianity's origins. The discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls was a major breakthrough for archaeologists and scholars. They were found in caves and were initially sold to antique dealers before being acquired by the State of Israel and made available to scholars for study. Can you imagine being one of the first scholars to study these ancient texts? It must have been a dream come true. One of the most significant scrolls is the Isaiah scroll, which contains the entire book of Isaiah and is considered one of the oldest and most complete copies of the Hebrew Bible. Can you imagine reading something so old and so important? Other scrolls, like the War Scroll and the Copper Scroll, offer glimpses into the apocalyptic battles between good and evil and the hidden treasures of ancient Jewish communities. Despite their importance, the Dead Sea Scrolls have been the subject of much debate and controversy. Scholars have questioned their authorship, relevance, and historical significance. Some have even suggested that they contain hidden messages or secrets. It just goes to show how mysterious and intriguing these ancient texts really are. Regardless of the debates and controversies, the Dead Sea Scrolls remain an important and fascinating archaeological find. They offer us a glimpse into the world of ancient Jewish communities and provide us with valuable insights into the history of Judaism and Christianity. It's truly amazing to think that we can learn so much from something so old and so well preserved. The Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered at several sites during the 3rd and 2nd centuries BCE, however. They are most often linked with the texts discovered in 11 caverns near the Qumran ruins. Scholars think the texts belong to people who lived in the region. Number 15. The Rosetta Stone. The Rosetta Stone is a granodiorite stele, engraved with 3 versions of a proclamation issued in Memphis, Egypt, in 196 BC on behalf of King Ptolemy V Epiphanes during the Ptolemaic dynasty. The top and center texts are in hieroglyphic and demonic characters, respectively, while the bottom is in ancient Greek. It is one of the most important artifacts in the British Museum because it provides the secret to comprehending Egyptian hieroglyphs, a system made up of tiny drawings that was initially employed for sacred writings in ancient Egypt. The stone was found by a French soldier in the Egyptian hamlet of Rosetta in 1799 and was later confiscated by the British. The stone is a fractured piece of a larger stone slab with a message etched into it in 3 different styles of lettering. Although the Rosetta Stone is no longer unique, it was critical to current knowledge of ancient Egyptian literature and civilization. Since its discovery, the Rosetta Stone has been the subject of much fascination and study. Its significance goes beyond the decipherment of hieroglyphs and has come to symbolize the cross-cultural exchange of ideas and knowledge. Its legacy is evident in modern-day Egyptology and the continued efforts to understand the rich history of ancient Egypt. Number 14. The Great Sphinx of Giza. The Great Sphinx of Giza is an awe-inspiring limestone monument of a reclining, legendary creature with a lion's body and a human's head. This beautiful building has captured people's minds for millennia and is located on the Giza Plateau, on the western bank of the Nile in Giza, Egypt. According to Egyptian archaeological evidence, the Great Sphinx was constructed circa 2500 BC for Pharaoh Khafra, who also designed the second pyramid at Giza. The figure was said to have been cut from a single block of limestone and painted with colors. The sculpture took 3 years and 100 men to construct using copper chisels and stone hammers. Despite being Egypt's most renowned Sphinx, the Great Sphinx of Giza is merely one of several similar constructions. 2 sphinxes were discovered in the early months of 2022 in the funeral temple of Pharaoh Amenhotep III, who governed Egypt during the 18th dynasty. Rumors circulated in November 2021 concerning the finding of a new sphinx near the Great Pyramid of Giza. The Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, however, denied these assertions. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Great Sphinx is its mysterious origins and purpose. While it is widely believed to have been built as a symbol of the pharaoh's power and authority, there are many theories about its true meaning and significance. Some historians and archaeologists believe that the Sphinx was built as a guardian of the pyramids and other royal tombs in the area, while others speculate that it may have been used for astronomical purposes, such as marking the position of the sun at the solstices. Over the centuries, the Great Sphinx has undergone extensive restoration and repair work, including efforts to preserve its delicate limestone surface. Today, the Sphinx is one of the most popular tourist attractions in Egypt and continues to fascinate and intrigue visitors from around the world. Number 13. Stonehenge. Did you hear about the recent archaeological finds near Stonehenge? They've given us some fascinating insights into life over 4,500 years ago in the Neolithic era. Can you even imagine what life was like back then? So get this. The largest prehistoric monument ever found in Britain is a ring of massive shafts discovered near Stonehenge. The Neolithic people dug them more than 4,500 years ago, and there are 20 of these shafts, each over 10 meters in diameter and 5 meters deep. Can you picture the effort it would have taken to create something that huge? They form a circle that's over 2 kilometers in circumference. The area around Stonehenge is one of the most thoroughly researched archaeological landscapes in the world, and it's incredible that modern technology can still lead to such a significant discovery. Stonehenge is already one of the most famous ancient monuments, and now these new finds promise to offer us even more insights into life over 4,500 years ago in the Neolithic era. Who knows, it could even write a whole new chapter in the story of the surrounding landscape. Exciting stuff, right? Stonehenge has long been a topic of discussion, and various hypotheses have been put forward to explain its purpose and origin. One of the earliest theories suggests that the monument was constructed as a site of religious worship. Another theory speculates that Stonehenge was intended to be a permanent version of the timber structures that were common in Salisbury Plain during that time. Modern anthropological research indicates that Stonehenge was part of a larger ritual landscape. According to Mike Parker Pearson, Stonehenge was built to unify different groups of people with diverse ancestry. Some theories even suggest that Stonehenge was regarded as a place with healing properties during the Stone Age. Recent studies have confirmed that the monument functioned as a prehistoric solar calendar, allowing people to keep track of the days, weeks, and months. Of course, we still have a lot of unanswered questions about Stonehenge. Why was it built, and what purpose did it serve? These are some of the biggest mysteries that remain unsolved. But with these new discoveries, we're one step closer to understanding this incredible monument and the people who built it so long ago. Number 12. The Moai of Easter Island. The moai of Easter Island, also known as Rapa Nui, are some of the most fascinating archaeological finds in the world. These massive statues, carved from volcanic rock, were created by the Polynesian people who lived on Easter Island between the 13th and 16th centuries. The moai were constructed to honor ancestors and represent important figures in the community. What's really amazing about the moai is their size. They range from a few feet tall to over 30 feet tall and weigh several tons each. Imagine how the ancient people of Rapa Nui managed to carve and transport these massive statues. It's still a mystery to this day. The moai were originally placed on platforms called ahu, which were often aligned with astronomical events. They faced inland towards the island, and were believed to act as protectors for the people of Rapa Nui. Unfortunately, many of the moai were toppled or buried over time due to natural disasters, wars, and societal changes. One of the most intriguing aspects of the moai is their headdresses, known as pukao. Made from a different type of rock, these headdresses were placed on top of the statues, but it's not clear why they were added or what their significance may have been. Number 11. The Tomb of Tutankhamun. The Tomb of Tutankhamun, also known as King Tut, is one of the most famous archaeological discoveries of all time. It was discovered in 1922 by British archaeologist Howard Carter, nearly intact and filled with a treasure trove of valuable artifacts. Tutankhamun was a pharaoh of the 18th dynasty who ascended to the throne at a young age and ruled Egypt for only 10 years before his death at around 18 years old. His tomb, located in the Valley of the Kings in Luxor, Egypt, was thought to have been lost to time until its discovery by Carter. The tomb was filled with incredible treasures, including jewelry, furniture, and other personal items. One of the most famous artifacts discovered was the solid gold mask that covered the face of Tutankhamun's mummy. The mask is one of the most iconic symbols of ancient Egypt and has become a cultural icon worldwide. The exact cause of Tutankhamun's demise remains shrouded in mystery, with multiple theories proposed to explain his untimely death. One such theory posits that General Horemheb, who rose from humble beginnings to become one of Akhenaten's trusted advisors, may have been responsible for Tutankhamun's murder. However, after an extensive investigation, scholars have concluded that there is no evidence to support this popular theory. Records indicate that Tutankhamun was married to Ankh-Esen Amon, Nefertiti's daughter, who was likely his half-sister. Sadly, the couple had 2 daughters who died soon after birth, and whose mummies were discovered alongside Tut's remains in his tomb. One of the most significant pieces of evidence in the investigation into Tutankhamun's death is a fracture found in his kneecap, which did not show any signs of healing. This suggests that the injury occurred shortly before his passing. The discovery of the tomb of Tutankhamun sparked a renewed interest in ancient Egypt and its rich history. It also provided valuable insights into the life and times of one of Egypt's most famous pharaohs. Since its discovery, the tomb has been extensively studied and explored, revealing new details about the reign of Tutankhamun and the culture of ancient Egypt. Despite the incredible treasures found within the tomb, the discovery was not without controversy. Many of the artifacts were taken from Egypt and ended up in museums around the world, leading to debates over cultural heritage and ownership. Number 10. The Pyramids of Giza. Some exciting new archaeological discoveries have been made at the Giza pyramids in Egypt. As part of the Scan Pyramids project, scientists have used some fancy technology to uncover a hidden tunnel near the main entrance of the Great Pyramid of Giza. This secret passage is over 30 feet long and more than 6 feet tall, and it was discovered using infrared and cosmic ray imaging. No one knows what the tunnel was used for, but sometimes these passages lead to even more discoveries. Back in 2017, a scan of the pyramid revealed 2 mysterious voids inside the structure. And now archaeologists have found a 9-meter-long tunnel above the Great Pyramid of Giza, which is home to the tomb of the 4th dynasty pharaoh Khufu. Using cosmic ray muon radiography, the Scan Pyramids team could detect radiation passing through the pyramid walls, which helped them find secret chambers like the entry passage. The Giza Plateau has over 100 pyramids, but the most famous ones are the 3 Kings pyramids, with the Great Pyramid of Khufu being the most well-known. While the purpose of the recently discovered tunnel is still a mystery, the ongoing Scan Pyramids project promises to uncover more secrets of these ancient structures. Number 9. Cleopatra's Tomb. Cleopatra VII was the last of the Ptolemies, a line of rulers who governed Egypt between 305 and 330 BC. Known for her beauty, intelligence, and romantic liaisons with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, Cleopatra's burial site is still a mystery to this day. After their defeat at the Battle of Actium in 31 BC, Cleopatra and Antony committed suicide and were buried together in a lofty and beautiful monument near a temple of the goddess Isis, as described by the writer Plutarch Ade. However, the exact location of their tomb remains unknown, Grave robbery was a common practice in ancient times, so there is a possibility that the tomb may be empty if discovered. Number 8. The Minoan Palace of Knossos. The Palace of Knossos is a huge archaeological site located in Crete and was constructed by the Minoans culture, who lived on the island during ancient times. It was once surrounded by a town and covered an area of about 150,000 square feet. We don't know the names of the people who lived in the palace, and the writing system they used is still a mystery to us. The palace was primarily used as a storage facility, and the western part was dedicated to storing weapons. Knossos pottery and other materials were so popular that they were used throughout the island, which shows how significant the site was to people. The palace was destroyed by fire, but many parts of it were saved, mainly on the top floor. Today, the Palace of Knossos is one of Crete's most famous tourist destinations and is a World Heritage Site. It is also Greece's second most visited archaeological monument after the Parthenon. The palace was discovered by Minos Kalokarinos in 1878, and the ruins of the first palace are mainly hidden under later palace modifications. At its peak, over 100,000 people lived in the palace, making it the center of Minoan culture and one of Europe's oldest sophisticated urban civilizations. The Minoan palaces are essential evidence of the organization of towns and cities in the Middle and Late Bronze Ages and the application of complex economic systems in Crete. The Palace of Knossos has a complicated history, and there are many different stories about the Minoans' downfall and the destruction of Knossos. Most people think it happened around 1450 BC. Arthur Evans, an archaeologist, excavated the palace and spent over 31 years uncovering the palace and surrounding structures that served as the capital of the Bronze Age society that ruled the Aegean. Evans found a network of halls and chambers that reminded him of King Minos's famous labyrinth and named the palace after him. Number 7. The Tomb of Cyrus the Great. Did you know that the tomb of Cyrus the Great can be found in Pasargadae, an ancient site in Iran's Fars province? It's pretty incredible that the tomb structure has managed to withstand both natural and man-made elements for over 2,500 years and is still standing tall in Pasargadae. Despite some damage and neglect, Cyrus's tomb has remained intact all this time. According to Arrian, there was supposed to be an inscription on the tomb that read, "Passerby, I am Cyrus, who gave the Persians an empire, and was king of Asia, grudge me not, therefore, this monument." However, no such lines were discovered. Instead, the words, "I am Cyrus, the king, and Achaemenid," were found carved on a nearby column in 3 languages, Old Persian, Elamite, and Akkadian. Did you know that the Cyrus cylinder is one of the most significant biblical archaeological finds? It confirms Cyrus the Great's existence and his conquest of Babylon. It was probably a proclamation made by the emperor that was circulated throughout the Persian Empire. The author of the biblical book of Ezra may have relied on such declarations when writing about Cyrus. Number 6. The Pompeii Ruins. Pompeii is like a time capsule that just keeps giving. Archaeologists never stop learning about life and death in the ancient city, and there's always something new to uncover. Recently, they found something incredibly rare, a slave room in a Roman mansion. Can you believe it? It's not every day that you stumble upon something like that. Pompeii is a massive archaeological site that's been around since the 18th century, and there's still so much to discover. From stunning works of art to haunting remains, it's a place that's full of surprises. But this latest discovery is especially poignant, as it offers a glimpse into the harsh realities of life for some of the city's inhabitants. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Hey, have you heard the news? Archaeologists exploring the depths of the Amazon rainforest have discovered something incredible. Although they're keeping the photos under wraps for now, eyewitnesses have described finding some strange ruins that could suggest the existence of an ancient civilization. We all know that the Amazon is full of secrets, and this could be the latest one. It's fascinating to think about what this forgotten society might have been like, but we can only imagine for now. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this discovery, so feel free to share your ideas in the comment section below. Number 5. The Lascaux Caves. The Lascaux Caves in southern France is a network of caves near Montignac, in the Dordogne region, and it's home to some of the most incredible prehistoric wall art you'll ever see. The caves are home to over 600 painted and engraved images of animals, humans, and abstract symbols dating back to the Upper Paleolithic era, around 15 to 17,000 years ago. The paintings depict animals such as horses, bison, deer, aurochs, and human figures engaged in hunting, dancing, and other activities. The Lascaux caves are famous for the high quality and sophistication of their artwork, as well as the detailed depictions of animals and the use of shading and perspective to create a sense of depth. The artists used natural pigments such as charcoal, ochre, and manganese to create the images, and some of the colors have remained surprisingly vibrant over the centuries. Unfortunately, the caves were closed to the public in 1963 due to concerns about damage to the artwork caused by human visitors. However, a replica of the cave complex, known as Lascaux II, was opened nearby in 1983, allowing visitors to experience the beauty and wonder of the paintings while preserving the original site. Although we may never fully understand the meaning behind these paintings, they continue to inspire and captivate us to this day. It's a shame that we don't have any information about the specific individuals who created them, as it would be fascinating to learn more about their lives and their artistic techniques. Regardless, the Lascaux cave paintings remain a powerful reminder of the rich cultural heritage of our species. Number 4. The Royal Tombs of Ur. The Royal Tombs of Ur are a series of burial sites that were discovered in the ancient city of Ur in present-day Iraq. The tombs date back to the Sumerian civilization, which flourished around 4,500 years ago. The most famous discovery from the tombs is the so-called Standard of Ur, a wooden box decorated with intricate scenes depicting life in ancient Sumer. One side shows a battle scene, while the other shows a banquet with musicians and dancers. The Standard of Ur is now considered one of the most significant artifacts of the ancient Near East. The tombs also contain the remains of several individuals, including Queen Pwabi, who was buried with a wealth of precious objects and jewelry. The discovery of the royal tombs of Ur gave insight into the complex social hierarchy and lavish lifestyles of the Sumerian elite. In addition to the treasures found in the tombs, the excavation also revealed important information about Sumerian culture and religion. The tombs contained evidence of ritual practices, including animal sacrifices and offerings to the gods. Number 3. The Bimini Road. The Bimini Road is a fascinating underwater rock structure made up of rectangular stones that stretches about 0.8 kilometers below the ocean's surface near Bimini Island in the Bahamas. Some people believe that this road is the path to the mythical lost city of Atlantis. No one knows what the turn at the end of the road is for, and the famous American mystic Edgar Cayce once predicted that a piece of the lost city's temples would be discovered under the sea slime and eons at Bimini. Atlantis enthusiasts believe that Cayce was talking about the Bimini Road, which he referred to as the Road to Atlantis. Comparing the stones of the Bimini Road to others found near the coastlines of Bimini and surrounding islands, scientists discovered that the Bimini stones contained fewer trace elements, suggesting that they were not from that region. However, many archaeologists have looked into the Bimini Road as a possible connection to Atlantis, but it remains a mystery without much evidence. Number 2. The Nazca Lines. Have you heard of the Nazca Lines? These mysterious ancient images found along the southern coast of Peru have puzzled archaeologists for years. They're thought to date back to around 100 BC to AD 300 and feature various animals, such as humans, birds, killer whales, cats, and snakes. These geoglyphs were created thousands of years ago by carving into the earth, mostly depicting animals or linear patterns. In 2022, archaeologists from Japan and Peru recently used high-resolution aerial and drone pictures to discover new ancient sculptures along the Nazca Lines. There has been a lot of debate and speculation among archaeologists about the purpose of these lines, but a recent study by Yamagata University archaeologists might have solved the mystery. Number 1. The Stone Spheres of Costa Rica. The Stone Spheres of Costa Rica, also known as Las Bolas, are a collection of over 300 perfectly round pre-Columbian stone balls found throughout the Diquís Delta region of Costa Rica. They were first discovered in the 1930s by the United Fruit Company, which was clearing land for banana plantations, and have since become one of the most mysterious and intriguing archaeological finds in Central America. The spheres range in size from just a few centimeters to over 2 meters in diameter and were carved out of various stones, including granite and limestone. The precision and symmetry of the spheres suggest that skilled artisans carefully crafted them, but the exact purpose and method of their creation remain a mystery. There are a number of theories about the purpose of the stone spheres, ranging from religious artifacts to astronomical tools to symbols of power and prestige. Some experts believe that they were used as part of a ritual or game, while others suggest that they were used to mark important landmarks or serve as boundary markers. Despite extensive research and study, much about the stone spheres remains shrouded in mystery. Many of the spheres were removed from their original locations and sold to collectors or museums, making it difficult to study them in their original context. The stone spheres of Costa Rica represent an enigma that continues to intrigue archaeologists and enthusiasts alike. They are a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of ancient peoples and a reminder of the rich cultural heritage of Central America. From the pyramids of Egypt to the royal tombs of Ur, these discoveries offer a glimpse into the lives and cultures of our ancestors. While many of the mysteries surrounding these finds may never be fully solved, they remain a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of human beings throughout history. We hope you enjoyed this captivating journey through the world of archaeology and the most mysterious finds that have puzzled researchers for years. And we'll see you in the next one.